So guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to a player review on this card who has been an absolute nightmare to get hold of. At the time of recording, he is 500k max price and extinct, but his card looks incredible, so I'm excited to try it out today. If you want to improve your ultimate team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieran, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. I'm almost certain I'm going to get his name wrong, but I believe it's pronounced Lacroix, so hopefully that is correct. But throughout this review, we're probably just going to call him Max, just so I'm not butchering someone's name. Anyway, like I've already touched on, this card, I think, well, I don't just think, I know looks brilliant, and you can see why he is currently extinct. He has ridiculous pace. 90 pace as a base stat on a card is just crazy, especially on a centre-back. And we have had like a ridiculous French centre-back in every single team this season so far. So yeah, another one for the collection. How will this guy compare to players like Varane, Fofana, etc.? I guess we'll find out in this video. Anyway, looking at this card, insane physicals, 99 ratings for both jumping and strength. That's awesome to see. Also stands at 6'3", so aerially should be an absolute monster. His defensive stats are brilliant, 95 head accuracy, 90 stand tackle, good defensive awareness for 91 as well. And his dribbling for a centre-back is also up to a good standard. Nice agility, nice ball control, nice composure. For a centre-back, of course. I don't think his dribbling stats are good enough to play the DM role, but for a centre-back, they should be absolutely fine. He's also got a pretty elite short passing attribute as well. So yeah, all in all, the card looks great. Obviously, in the pace section though, we do have to mention his pace split is a bit annoying, especially with it being that way round. So what happens when you put a chem style on this guy? He's a 93 centre-back with a basic, a 95 with anchor, and a 96 with shadow. And ultimately, I think the shadow chem style might be the one for this guy. Now, I know anchor does give extra boost to the physicals, but to be honest, shadow maxes out a couple of his defensive stats, and it also narrows the pace split as well, which I think is quite key. And the centre-back with 93 acceleration and 99 sprint speed in-game should be absolutely rapid. So even though, yeah, he is already very, very quick, I still think shadow is the chem style to go for on this guy. Obviously, if you're not too concerned about the pace, then sentinel would be a good option too. Brings his defensive stats up very nicely, and also helps in the physical areas, I guess, a little bit. But I don't feel like the aggression at this level is too important when he's got 99 strength. But anyway, the chem style I recommend is shadow. If you would go with something different, let me know what in the comments. Okay then, in this one, our centre-back is up against Vasquez. And I know how good he is. Truly, he's a beast. Oh, ball's in behind. Got to be quick here, and he is just so quick. Really, really is. A decent through ball as well for Kingsley Coman. Nice pick up there from the Frenchman. I can't emphasize how quick he is, as I make a terrible mistake there with Bailey, but he's so fast. Nice, good sliding challenge. Oh, bit of a mistake with Delaney. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get back in time. Oh, yes I am. Yes I am. Gonna try and get down this wing, but Frenchman is just way too quick. Like, seriously. I know I've said it like 50 times, but so fast. Bit of space for Max to run into now before pinging the ball into the stand. Well, at the break in this one, we have ourselves a nice 3-1 lead, and it's probably been the Frenchman's best 45 in my club so far. Good team, yeah, good luck. Good luck. You ain't got the pace, you ain't got the strength. Lodeiro, good luck. You ain't got a chance, pal. Yeah, that's not happening. Just isn't happening. See, there. Right there. I've made an error by shooting him out, which is my user error. And because he's so quick, he just gets a second go. Yeah, one-on-one. I feel confident with him there. I really, really do. He does well to dispossess his man there without giving away a pen. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. I thought for a moment there Coutinho had a chance of getting away. Well, full time in this one, as you can see, Lacroix got himself man of the match as well, and in that game he was terrific. So was Delaney, to be fair. We had a lot of defending to do in that game, and both my centre-backs were really solid. And that is shown very nicely with the tackles at 100% and 7 from 7, really pleasing. In this game, Max is going to be up against a full La Liga attack. Oh wow, Delaney, that pass had me worried. But Max comes with it, gets a bit fortunate with the bounce and puts a nice through ball down to Mbabu. Nice from Max. Oh, double teamed in with Reina, but unfortunately I ran into trouble. Chance to distribute now. Nice left footed pass there, up to Coman. And after we get a third, my opponent rage quits. The French centre-back didn't really have too much to do in the opening game, but you know what? The little that he had to do, he did well, so happy days. So going to be a fun test for the French centre-back in this one because he's up against a bunch of high-rated French items. Oh, Mbappe just tries running straight at his fellow Frenchman. Not a good idea, pal. I think we're getting a bit too confident at the back with our centre-backs. Oh, Edouard just basically gives up the ball to Max there. I think he went for a pass and it just didn't really go where my opponent wanted it to. Oh, a double block, but ultimately we haven't fully won the ball. Nice block there. Fortunately couldn't get the rebound, but he does pick that one up. Okay, half-time in this one. Not a bad opening, 45 for Max. I think he's been solid for the most part. Unfortunately, the clean sheet has gone, but that was nothing to do with the Frenchman. Oh, don't know what happened there. Saw the Frenchman got a touch, as did my other centre-back, but ultimately ball didn't get cleared too convincingly, but eventually we get rid. Delaney in behind to Van Bergen, of all people. Oh, he's just so fast. He really is rapid. For our French centre-back was once again pretty good in that game. He is very quick. Like, I know we knew that just by looking at his card, but he feels very quick, up to a point where sometimes he feels too quick, which sounds weird, but I'll explain that a bit more in the summary. Game's done then with Team of the Season Lacroix. The question is, what did I make of? Terrific card. It's a really top tier centre back item, and I think you could have probably just told that just by looking at the card, but in game, like, seriously, very top level. And I haven't put any negatives in the column there. There are a couple of minor ones which I do want to discuss in a moment, but for most part this card is, you know, top tier. So yeah, really pleased with it. Let's start with the negatives then, shall we? Let's do that. What didn't I like about this card? Ultimately, the long passing, I didn't think that was that great. I thought that was quite inconsistent, and I know that won't matter to some people who are just happy to hoof it out the back, but for those of you who play out the back, something to consider. I don't know what it was either, because his long passing stats actually alright, but in game for me just wasn't that consistent. And the other thing that I don't think was terrible, but I don't think is as good as some other top level centre backs, is the reactions. So just something to note there. Sometimes can be a bit slower than others to maybe get the ball out of his feet, so just be aware of that. But other than that, everything else is a plus. In regards to pace, this guy is probably, in fact, there's no probably about it, in regards to pace, the fastest centre-back I have used in game. He just feels so quick, both with and without the ball, and that just makes him quite easy to use. However, there is a bit of a weird comment coming up right now. The pace can also be a bit of a problem if you're not used to him. And I found this out like in the first game very early on. Like when you're manually controlling your defenders, he's very easy to get hold of and then pull out of defense because he's so quick in that regard. So you have got to get used to that. Otherwise you might find that a bit problematic. But once you're used to it, obviously it's absolutely fine. But yeah, the pace, like I know I've spoken about it so much in this video, but he's just so quick for a CB. Really happy with that area of his game. Defensively, really solid too. Makes plenty of intercepts, positions himself well, and in the tackle he's very strong, very aggressive. And most of the time it's just going to nick the ball off the opposition, which is great. So in regards to physicals and defending, like he's a monster. He really is an absolute beast. When it comes to heading, he's pretty tall and has ridiculous jumping and pretty dominant in the air, so happy with that as well. In regards to his dribbling, I think he's alright for a centre-back. I don't think he's outstanding, but yeah, his dribbling is good enough for that CB role. Wouldn't play him anywhere else, to be honest. I don't think his dribbling is good enough for a full-back position or a midfield role. Stick him at CB CB, keep him there. That's his position. That's where you are going to benefit the most from him. Didn't really get to test out the shooting, to be honest, and I don't think anyone cares about that. He's a centre-back at the end of the day. If you're taking off shots with him, something's going wrong. And like I've already touched on with the passing, long passing's a bit inconsistent, but his short passing is absolutely fine. And all in all, that just leads to us having a really, really good centre-back. The only thing I'd like really improving massively is I'd like a bit better reactions. I think that would make him, you know, like really, really elite. But as things stand, it's a proper top level, outstanding centre-back card. And if you can get him into your team, I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. Is he as good as like Varane? No, no one's as good as Varane. Varane is the best centre-back in the game. He's broken, he just is. So yeah, but he's without doubt for me the second best French centre-back in the game, and I also think he is the best Bundesliga centre-back currently available in Ultimate Team as well. I am really big on our player moments Jerome Boateng, and I think that card's top level even to this stage of the game. So if you did that SBC, congrats, you've got yourself a great card. But this card was much better than that Boateng. So yeah, great card, and that is where we're going to leave it. I just do wish the reactions were a bit better on this card, because as I say, if his reactions were better, there is potential that it could be the best centre-back in the game. Would it be better than Varane even if he had 99 reactions? Probably not, but it'd be, you know, very close behind. Anyway, I'm rambling. If you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like rating on it in the comments below. Let me know if you've got any questions. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one.